in my case, I don't think about the details of executing the plan. I think about the vision, the concept, the product, the strategy, but then I assume that everybody gets it and we're all going to go forward and we're all going to get it done just as I had envisioned it. So it's good to laugh at ourselves. And fortunately, the world is made up of people who are out there looking for you. They're looking for you because they chose not to do what you do. They chose not to take the risk that you risk. They want to believe in you, they want to believe in what you're about, and they want to help you. That's the wonderful thing about this journey. If there's a third book in my career, it will be about the angels in my life. Because when you can call them mentors, but they're a lot more than mentors to me. These are the people that saved my life, they saved my entrepreneurial years, they saved the business, they made it what it is. They couldn't have done it without me, but that's okay. The whole point is it's getting it all together and having a full spectrum, a full circle of abilities and gifts, skills that the business needs to meet its vision and its goals and its ambitions. And in my journey, in the second year of my life, I met a man named Mr. Fred Scribner, who was one of the founders of the firm Pierce Atwood Scribner. I think it was 1971. And in 2006, when we got ready to sell Toms of Maine, Pierce Atwood admitted that our files the files on Toms of Maine were the biggest files of any client they ever had. And it's because we worked so long with that firm and got a great start with a man who I want to call him the wisdom man. And we need the wisdom in the circle. There are lots of things that we need, but wisdom is one of them. And this was a man who knew people. He knew how life worked. He knew how people could get headed down the road with the wrong start, make the wrong choices, and he would counsel me very, very strongly. And when we disagreed, he would say, "Tom, that's my counsel." And it was my job to either say, I'll do it or I won't do it. You know, it was I had the business judgment to make. And that's where we are again, once again, the lonely position of the entrepreneur. You need to make the decision, and it's a lonely place. But Mr. Scribner brought an amazing ability to help make this a legitimate journey. A fellow named John Rockwell I met in 1980 from who had been to Harvard Business School and had a life at Booz Allen Hamilton counseling companies on innovation. He understood innovation, he understood entrepreneurs, and yet he knew the big world of the Fortune 500 companies and how business worked. And he could help me with strategy. John Rockwell wears the hat of strategist, the strategic thinker. For me, I was the passionate, passion is the hat I wore for the concept. Strategist was Rockwell's hat. Wisdom was Scribner's hat. And then there's Kate, my wife. We travel together, we live together, travel together, do a lot together. I am amazed at what Kate sees and what I see, and how different those things are. And it's because she looks for the details. She's looking at what animals are doing. She's looking at what plants are doing. She's looking at what's going on the ground, at my feet, at our feet. I don't even see the ground. I am looking always out there. And Kate has been able to bring that added most important perspective to the choices that we have had to make. and she's been a wonderful advisor, and you know, she's an artist because she sees these things. She's a poet because she feels these things. And I will say, well, we must do such and such, and she will say, yes, that may be true, but you also have to do this. So it's an absolute necessity that we entrepreneurs recognize that we're gifted in one sense and limited in others. The primary limitation is that we do not have eyes in the back of our head. We do not have 360-degree vision. Therefore, we need people who can fill in that vision, speak up, and tell us what that is, that we don't overpower them with our enthusiasm and energy, that we actually want to hear from them. The third thing I'd like to speak about is the importance of values in the business. If values are important to you and your family, why shouldn't they be important to the business purpose, the business culture, the business strategy? Values can affect everything. I was totally puzzled about why values kind of got lost in the way of pursuing the numbers. In my first book, gee, that was a long time ago. I've even forgotten the title. I think call it book one, yeah. No, that was the second one. The soul of a business. The soul of a business, it was really about sort of how I came crashing down pursuing the numbers and had sort of lost myself and had to recapture my vision and my values to bring this business back on track. But we said, for instance, and we've done the same thing at Rambler's Way Farm, it's important to me that you get a group of people who agree on a set of values so that when you say, we believe that we can delight customers while at the same time being financially successful and behaving in a way that's environmentally and socially responsible. There's no reason, I mean, if that's what we want, then let's do it that way. And if something doesn't align itself to those four criteria, then we don't do it. And you say, well, we've got to have a solution. Wait a day, wait 2 days, and all of a sudden, just by saying no 2 days ago, a solution appears. I guarantee it. And we've called that, my partner and I at Tom's of Maine, Tom O'Brien and I used to say time and time again, when the solution does not align itself with our values, just say no and expect the miracle. And within 2 or 3 days, someone comes up with a solution that does align to the values.